they say the United States is a melting pot, and California is the roux of the melting pot. I mean, it's like you've got everything here. And so I grew up listening to all kinds of music, like, going down to Southern California, you turn on the radio and there's norteño music and mariachi and, all this Mexican influence. And you're around Fresno, you find like Portuguese music on the radio. And then, of course, there's all the fantastic Bakersfield sound country music. And then there was really hardcore bluegrass, like from the singing of Vern and Ray, who were big influences on me in that instance. And it's just because everybody came here for work, and they stayed. And I think you can't grow up in California without taking all that in. And so for me to try and be try to play any kind of music just really purely, maybe it doesn't work because I have too many influences inside my head. so I keep my voice so low and soft, as if you were some wild thing I might frighten off, or until such time as I'll admit it's true, then I'll raise my voice and say, I love you. I love you.
Why don't you tell our viewers what went into buying this guitar?
Okay, well, it actually started with a dream. I had a dream. I mean, I've never really been interested in 12-string guitars. And I had this dream one night. I woke up, I remembered it really precisely. It was like I had a 12-string guitar, and it was a beautiful thing, and I loved the tone of it. I was just kind of entranced and taken away, and I knew that there were songs that I hadn't written that I just woke up and go, I think I need a 12-string. And I started sort of looking, in music stores. I would gravitate over to the 12 strings and I'd pick them up and play them, and I hated them. I mean, no offense to all the other 12 strings out there, but it's got a brash kind of jangly sound, and it wasn't really what I was imagining in my dream.
Right.
So I just kind of let that go, and I thought, well, there's no reason for me to really be looking for a 12-string. About a year later, I was visiting with Alexia Seeger, Mike Seeger's widow, and at her house, and Mike had just an amazing musical instrument collection, and I was there with people trying out other instruments, and I just happened to ask Alexia. I said, "Did Mike have a 12-string?" And she said, "Oh yeah, Mr. Holtzapfel, he's upstairs." And she told me where he was, middle bedroom upstairs and against the wall. And so I went up there just by myself and found the case and put it on the bed and opened it, and I just went, this is it. And I took it out and I played it, and it's just like, it's got the sound that just doesn't quit. It also has a complete baseball bat neck that is, as you can see, it's really huge.
Yeah, you said people had advised you against this guitar because of the neck size.
That's right. I went to my other friends who were there, and I said, "Hey, what do you think of this?" I was like really excited. And and it has a capo in the case, which of course doesn't work at all.
That's a pretty big V, wedge V there.
Yeah, well, it's a homemade capo, and but it doesn't work because you've got the skinny string and a thick string, and it just doesn't press them down, so it goes completely out of tune if you capo it. But I was very excited, and I said, "What do you think of this?" And they both played it, and they said, "No, we advise against it." So we left, but it just kept haunting me.